and welcome back to Moonrise. Now this video is late, but better 2 days late than a whole 3 months late. So I got sick, my voice sounded weird, it still does sound a bit weird, and also like I was sick, I did not have the want to sit with my bright lights on and film. I was just, doing what people who are sick are doing, but I have made a full recovery and I have found myself wanting to film this video. This is a bit of a random kind of miscellaneous video of just random things that I like, random things that I own, some of my favourite things that I own. So yeah, these are all totally just random stuff, really. So I'm gonna get into it. I'm starting with, this is, I cannot express my love for this, which is going to sound very stupid because it is in fact a handbag, but this is like the only kind of closest thing to designer bags that I own. It was a Christmas gift from my wonderful mother, who is probably watching this, so you know. It is my favourite out of all of my handbags, and I don't own a mental amount. I own quite a lot, I'll admit, but I love the material. There's the one thing about this bag that is that material and the cute little bow. It's great for tapping sounds. It is by Ted Baker and it says London, which makes me feel very much like a British girly. And in the side of here, you can't see it very well, but it has a list of cities. The cities are as follows: London, Paris, New York, Los Angeles, Hong Kong, Beijing, I said that wrong, Sydney, Singapore, Tokyo and Dubai. So some of the world's biggest major cities, which I think is such a cute little detail. And it's got two of my favourite colours ever involved, which is rose gold and pastel pink. And then on the corner it's just got I think it's the slogan for Ted Baker, which is "No ordinary designer bag." And I love the little detail of the metal material in the middle of the bow, and it says Ted Baker. I think that's so just, the design is just simple yet effective. And that plasticky material is just, it's brilliant. It looks very small, but it's not. On the inside it's actually quite spacious. If I just, it kind of opens up quite a bit. You can actually get quite a lot in there, I've discovered. So that is the first thing. This is one of my favourite things that I own. It's quite special to me, especially because the story behind it is quite funny, because it was, as I said, a Christmas gift, but it arrived late. So one night I was downstairs, I was talking to my parents, and my mum goes, "Oh wait, suddenly before I forget, I've got this late Christmas gift for you." And I wasn't expecting too much, because it was I'd had all my gifts, and I was I was happy, you know, I wasn't expecting it. So it was this cute little surprise, which was just, I thought was really sweet, especially to discover it was a designer handbag. That it was quite cute. So I like the story behind it as well. I think we call it being, what's the word, superficial, placing value on items like this, but the thing is that they can actually have huge sentimental values to a person, especially when they're gifted from family members and they hold memories behind them. These materialistic items can actually be hugely sentimental, which I think just makes having things like this just so adorable. I love the brand Ted Baker. They are so underrated. Their a British designer brand, I believe. They're not high-key designer, but they're not like, you know, which is what I like about them. And they have a very recognizable style. Like, you can get 50 million different kinds of handbags like this in different colours, and this is one of my favourite colours ever. Ooh, I apologise for that. I have these stars here that I'm crashing into. You can get them in all different kinds of colours, but this has to be one of my favourite colours ever. So that is the first thing. Next, I actually recently, these are another thing that my mother got for me quite recently, are these are fake, but they are sunflowers. My favourite flowers ever are sunflowers. Like, I absolutely adore them. These are from a shop in the United Kingdom called, where did we get them from again? I want to say B&M. B&M, yeah. B&M. They have these really pretty yellow, like, they're very detailed. I'm trying to be as quiet as I can. And they've got these adorable little tiny ones as well as the bigger ones. These are fake, so they don't die, and I think fake flowers are severely underrated because they don't die, they last forever. So, you know, you can keep them for all of eternity, which I think makes them a lot more sort of valuable, if you will. These are sunflowers. I have some in the corner of my room. I have some white fake flowers, and then I have, just behind the camera, I have these pens that have fake flowers on the top of them. The pens have run out, but the flowers are pretty, so I kept them. And these are fake sunflowers. I keep these in I have a little stationery pot. I keep these inside of that on my desk to brighten the place up while I'm studying, because actually looking over at them and the bright sort of colours, and this actually links to a fact I find very interesting, which is colour psychology. Certain colours can actually affect your mood. It's very light, but it's a thing, and yellow is known to be one of those more energising colours. So speaking of yellow, which is another one of my favourite colours, I have these. Now, these sunglasses are an example of one of my... I love sunglasses. I love them so much. I wear them all the time with most of my outfits, even when it's like cold and it's damp and it's raining, and my mother hates this. She thinks it looks so stupid. She's like, would you take the sunglasses off? It is not something. I'm like, no mother, it's fashion. So I'm always wearing these, but these are probably one of my favourite pair I own, and oh my god, are they broken? They better not be broken. Okay, they are not broken. I thought they were for a second. That was scary. Oh. Okay, and I am discovering that they have gone a bit dodgy. These were... oh. That's disappointing. These were pretty cheap off Amazon though, so you get what you pay for, I suppose. Oh dear. Oh well. I mean, I can still wear them. They are yellow hearts with these sort of like drippy things. I think they look like normal glasses if you look at them from a distance, because they're yellow and the hearts fade quite nicely into my skin tone. But then I have another pair. I have another pair behind me, these red ones and these pink ones. But I just picked out, this is being a real pain. Okay, sorry. Did not know that was going to do that. Then I have another pair, which these are just simple plastic. They're black. I have another pair of white ones and pink ones as well. So these are just simple plastic black heart-shaped sunglasses, but I have an obsession with them, especially their connection to the coquette aesthetic. I have a slight obsession with aesthetics and things like that, like especially the coquette aesthetic. I love it so much. I will have to do a video talking about my style, like fascination with that. But those are a couple examples. I have a slight collection of these sunglasses. Maybe I'll do a video on that. Who knows? But yeah, those are sunglasses. Those are another things that I really love. Somebody has just creaked a door, I swear. I felt the need to cough then. I did not. So the next thing is another sort of accessory, which is in this box here. I have, and I'm trying to be as careful as I can with this because they are really loud. But butterfly clips. Oh, that's very loud. Whoops. Butterflies are some of my favourite animals ever. They are so pretty. So I have in colours red, yellow, I only have 2 orange and I only have 1 blue, which is quite sad, green, a few purple and a lot of pink. I have a lot of pink. They're incredibly detailed actually. Like if you look at them, I will try and they're quite detailed, and they're just like clips in the hair. I wear them to school a lot for some reason. I very much enjoy wearing them to school because I wear a uniform, and these add a huge sense of style to that. So whenever it gets boring wearing the same thing over and over again, it's like I can spice it up with these clips. So I love those. I put them with all sorts of different outfits and things. They're very cute and stylish as well. And they're also one of those trends that existed in the like 2000s that has again come back around with the revival of the Y2K aesthetic. And here I go again talking aesthetics. So, on the topics of like fashion and things, I have this, and behind me, this. These are both from Ariana Grande. I don't know why I felt the need to close my eyes, but that's okay. These are both from Ariana Grande and they are both sweet like candy. This is empty and the pom-pom is missing. I don't know where it's gone and I'm very sad about that. There's an image of it before on the back of here. It's better a pom-pom on it. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, it's got this really pretty triangular shape to it, and it is again that gorgeous colour of light pink. I've had this for quite a while, since like 2020, so like 3 years, as long as I've had this account. It's not really gone anywhere. It's empty, as you can hear. It smells good though. And then I have the body mist version of it. I have that, which I love the design with this, with like the sweet like candy written in different coloured letters all over the bottle. Pour de la, I can't read French. Sweet like candy by Ariana Grande. I love this scent. I absolutely love it. It is very, as the name suggests, sweet. It's quite a fun scent, but it literally lasts 5 seconds. Like you spray it and it goes away. Like I can guarantee you this scent will have gone by the end of the video. But I think that is the only issue I have with it. It's, other than that, it's like perfect. So that is another thing that I own that I love. I wear it Not every day, but pretty much most days, to be honest. Most days when I'm leaving the house, simply due to the fact that, well, it smells nice. So, these are some slightly more random things. I have a cactus. I have another cactus over here, but this is my favourite one. It's a baby cactus, so it's not fully grown. And I've named him Calvin. Calvin Harris. The other one's called Katy Perry. And I'm fairly sure the other one's dead, but I'm not 100% sure. So he has this very adorable but slightly broken whale sort of, I think it's like a pot. He's already in his own little pot. He's been in that pot since the day I got him from a friend of mine at school. Funny story behind this as well is that they gave him to me in the beginning of the day and I was at school and I had to walk around all day carrying this little cactus. I got so many weird looks that day because I was just walking around carrying a cactus. A couple of teachers stopped to ask me about my cactus and I was like, it's from a friend, I got it in the beginning of the day. I promise I'm not just carrying this cactus to cause disruptions. Which is quite funny, but that's my cactus. I call him my son. So this is my son. Just gonna pop him there. So next up is another ridiculously random thing, but this is my squid or an octopus. I don't know which one it is, which one it's supposed to be, but these were quite trendy to own one of these, and it does something quite impressive. It flips. Got like an angry one, and then you've got happy. So you can go happy, angry, angry, happy, which I think is so cute. It's very fluffy. I paid a lot of money for this, strangely enough, but I think it has been a very characteristic quality to my room. It's added a lot of personality since I got him. His name is Bob. So, and if you couldn't tell, I have a weird obsession with naming things. Name my cactus and my octopus thing. So next I have, this is a less strange collection of mine, but my shells, I have loads more over on a shelf in my room that you cannot see from here, but that was really loud. I have shells. I love going to the beach. I go to the beach decently often and I will pick up and collect shells. This is my favourite. It's a proper shell and I was very excited to find this. I was visiting a bay, which the location of it I'm not going to give away because personal information. I don't know if I'm really supposed to say that, so I'm just not going to risk it, but it's a proper shell, which was a really exciting find. And I have kept this and quite literally treasured it ever since. I love like beachy stuff like shells and things. I just think they're so cute. And then I have one of these, which is another quite nice shell. I found this one again at a different beach. This beach was covered in shells. I started collecting shells properly around the time I went to this beach, which was after when I got the one I got at the bay, because it was like a little bay, but this one was like a proper beach. It was huge and it was just covered in a line of just shells like this, and there were loads of them, so I was really excited. And I had bought this new handbag and it was all nice and fancy, and it's covered now, still to this day, almost like 2 years later, in sand from me collecting these shells. So this one is a spirally one. One of those ones that, like, when you were younger, they tell you if you like be really quiet and you put like it to your ear, you could hear the sea. I don't know if I believe that. And then I have another. This one's like a smaller, more curved version. That was louder than I was expecting. Of that one, that was also louder. But it's very pretty, and it's got these lines. So that is, I know it's not everything. There are a couple more things left to talk about, but we are almost finished. So I am a big fan of journaling, and this is one of my favourites that I own. It says, "Don't quit your daydreams," I believe. Can't really read that fancy writing. And it has these very pretty hands with like sparkles all around them, and then on the back it's got a little moon, sparkly moon, and it has these really gorgeous little dividers in it. So it has this first one, which is black and just says "Radiate Positivity," and it's got these sparkles. Well, they're not actually sparkly, but they're supposed to like represent stars. And then the second one says "Positive Thoughts" on it, and has again those little stars. You can see a reflection of my ring light behind you there. And then on the other one you have "Don't call them dreams, call them plans." And I don't know why, I love little quotes like this. They're so cringy, but they're also so like cute in a way. It's odd. And then I have the final one, which says "Make today great." So I love that, just because I like how it's a very sort of positive thing as well, with those like sort of positive quotes. It makes it quite a positive sort of spot to write down whatever I'm putting down in here, really. But I love the colour scheme as well. That black and mint green is just quite a really nice colour scheme. I actually have a journal for my uploading schedule now as well, and planning for all my videos. So I have one last thing to talk about, which is one of the things behind me on the shelf, which is my perfume bottle collection. This is just one of my favourites from that, simply just because of how sparkly and extra it is. It's got a cute little bow and a diamond. And this is a perfume from Juicy Couture, which is another quite iconic brand. I didn't know they did perfumes actually. I thought they just did those, like, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called, those tracksuits that were quite popular in the 2000s. It's empty. It's been empty for a long time, but it's got this very pretty pink to gold, and it's got their like logo, which for a brand that's mostly known for tracksuits, I think it being Regal is quite smart with their brand. And here comes the media student in me. But I think having that Regal looking logo stops them from becoming a sort of chavvy brand. I don't know why I'm analysing that, but I have a lot more perfume bottles behind me. This one here is a Britney Spears perfume. This one's from Poundland. So, you know. And that is pretty much everything. So, thank you for joining me. I will see you. I'm actually filming again tomorrow, so I'll probably see you all tomorrow in tomorrow's video. So, this is Moonrise, signing off.